about 2 months ago, I had an orientation for a job training for my new job, and one of the questions I was asked, it was really unrelated to like what we were actually talking about in the class. It was about therapy and trauma and stuff like that. But I got asked, the question was asked, do I exist and how do I know that I exist? He asked, but he directly picked me, and I was like the perfect person to ask. At least like not because I'm like a genius or anything, but because I've been in my philosophy bag for like the past couple months, past several months actually. But I've been really existential for the past few months. And when he asked me that, I already had an answer. Not because I already knew he was going to ask the question, but because it's been on my mind. You know what I'm saying? I already had my answer fully laid out. When he asked if I knew I exist, and I said yes, and he's like, "How do I know that?" I immediately said, "Because of how I interact with the world and how it interacts back with me." So when I say that, I don't even go as far. I could have gone all day about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But he only asked, and I gave him a straightforward answer because that's what I had. But if I could have gone further, I would have said my reality is only as real as I know it to be, because it's like your reality is, yours. It's like your existence is only, it only exists to you. I don't know what the I think it's called Sonder. You know that when you like, on the freeway, right, and you see other people, and you're like, bro, these people have their own lives. They have their own everything, literally everything, except the fact that the one time you see them on the highway or out in public, that is the one time they exist in your reality and you and theirs, if they even see you. So it's like when I say we have our own realities and our own existences, this isn't even like super deep. It might be, but to me, it's like not general knowledge, but it's like something that's like it's not going to be mind blowing to think about because we all understand it. But it's like we all have our own existences, our own realities. So it's like when I'm saying that my reality is real to me, but not to someone else, it's not me saying that they don't exist, but it's like once we cross into each other's like bubble of like reality, that's when our like not timelines, but our like existences like merge and interact with each other. But like once we leave that not like that realm of acknowledgement, that realm of like you know awareness of someone else, that's when our reality split again. Because realistically, I've been thinking about this before I even got in my philosophy bag, right? Once someone is out of your field of vision and leaves your mind, they cease to exist until you see them again, right? I mean, am I wrong? Yes, but also actually no, I'm not wrong, but I'm not right. You know what I'm saying? Because realistically, you can't prove that someone else actually exists outside of like you know okay, obviously with like technology, phones, and all that. Sure, you can say that they still exist because they can still interact with you back, but imagine before. I mean, I don't think you don't have to imagine, but it's like if you don't use technology, like you are literally like they don't really exist because they don't like they aren't in your plane of reality. Because for example, if I say that I had um 3 brothers in my room right now, you wouldn't know if I was lying or not because that could be my reality. But to you, that's not your reality because you don't know that, you can't see that. But I can say that I do, but also I could be lying because also I don't have 3 brothers. I'm an only child. You know what I'm saying? So like to me, that could be super real. I could see 3 people in my room with me right now, even though I'm an only child and I'm in my room by myself right now. So like for me, that could be my reality. I could physically. I mean, that's also called schizophrenia or mental illness or something like that. But you get what I'm saying? Like realistically, and people said it before, right? Imagine if we aren't the ones that are crazy, but the ones that are deemed crazy, like out in the streets and stuff, are the ones that are actually seeing what's out there, which is kind of like backwards in a way because like if you're the only, not if you're the only one, but if like the majority is not seeing what you're seeing, that's why you're deemed abnormal because you are not seeing what's actually there, or you're seeing things that are not there or that are not supposed to be there, whatever. But it's like again, back to the reality thing. If once our realities like interact and connect or whatever, then I know that you exist. You could be so like this is also it also depends on the person, right? You could be the most impactful and important person in my life, thing in my life or whatever. But once it leaves my scope of awareness and understanding and like presence, it ceases to exist in a way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this isn't even super profound. At least like it's not. I don't want to sound like I'm trying to be too deep. These are just my thoughts that I have like on a regular basis. So it's like to me, like the past couple of months, I've been thinking like people on the highway. The chance that I'm even seeing these people is super slim. But these could also be the exact same people I see every single day, but I just don't know it because of certain things that change. They change their car, they change the time that they're leaving. Everything is such finite chances that just happen to just coincide, right? So for me, once you leave my like not my vision, because obviously you don't vision isn't the only proof of reality. You know what I'm saying? Auditorially, touch any 5 senses. You have 5 senses, maybe 6 according to some people, right? But it's like once you exit that grasp of of your own reality and go back to like once you split off like with like mitosis. You know what I'm saying? Imagine like reality is like cells. Imagine like you are the nucleus in the cell, but it's like reverse mitosis. Or I guess I'm not like a biology major. I'm not really sure. I'm probably just saying whatever. But it's like imagine a cell doing like reverse mitosis. Like you come together, and then once become one bigger cell, or like you become 2 nuclei in there, you both are aware of each other's presence. But once you guys split, that disconnection is like a splitting of both your timelines and both realities. Because in a way, that's actually true. Because once someone is like, because realistically, as people, we don't really affect time like in any kind of way. Time affects us, but we don't have any kind of grasp, any kind of control over time itself unless you manually use a clock. And that's another video I'm going to talk about how clocks and stuff work. Right? That's different. But once we leave each other's like field of reality, we have our own timelines and our own everything. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's not that direct or that precise or that clean cut because it's not even gray anymore. It's like a rainbow of perception, if you get what I'm saying. Like, sure, the disconnection is like the realities are severed temporarily until that person rejoins your field of reality. But for the most part, there's still, especially in today's world with technology and stuff, there's so many different ways to keep like to stay connected to somebody else. It's like you can't not know they exist anymore, which is another. I'll get back into that in a different video. But for right now, this long ass video, well, long for TikTok. This is only 7 minutes long, bro, so far. But once you get back into once you walk back into their cell, once you enter their cell walls or their membranes, back into their reality, that's when you know the other person exists. Aside from you just having lived and experienced that, you know what I'm saying?